Anyway, we are here with Emoni EPK. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, Emoni EPK. Peace.
Let's just go ahead and get right into it. What's your story?
I'm from D.C., Washington, D.C. I consider myself a bi-coastal child. I mean, my dad's from L.A., so I grew up on both coasts and kind of was exposed to music and culture in both hemispheres, both areas. My mom is a songwriter. She did some writing back in the day for a lot of the sisters that were coming out in the 90s. I've been doing this since, probably since I was like 13. I'm still pretty young. I'm still a baby. Watching my mom as a songwriter, and imitating that in a combination of poetry, in a combination of DJing, and just kind of having all the art forms mashed together. By the time I was able to do that and, made an EP when I was 14, and ever since then, yeah.
I'm hearing DJing, and I know that you rhyme and stuff like that, so is it like pretty much across the board? Or?
I like to call it exotic hip-hop. Sometimes it's referred to as glamour rock. Everyone has their interpretation of what I do. My primary focus is emceeing, is singing, is composing, is writing, just making music. But you might see me in the poetry scene, you might see me DJing. Right. The after party to my show, so.
So there any other people that you really listen to that inspire you?
What really got me motivated was definitely hands down Lauryn Hill. Rage Against the Machine, even Coldplay's earliest stuff. When I was discovering music, that was the time. That's what was going on. Now that I'm the artist that I am today, I can pull influences from the 70s and the 60s and the 50s, but what originally made me say, oh man, I gotta put my hand in this. Hands down, Evil Empire, Miseducation, just hearing those blew my mind. I think I'm more inspired by figures, speakers, teachers. I think that's where I pull most of my inspiration from.
At least from what I've seen, or I've gathered, a pretty large African influence that you're throwing back to, or something that you're paying homage to, just even within your name. Now, is that just your artist name, or is that kind of the Fela Kuti thing? Is that kind of something that is influenced, or is that just a...
Nah, definitely hands down part of my y'all. As one who grew up in an African American city predominantly, and just culture everywhere around me, I stand for not only his movement, but just the spirit of it. I don't necessarily make Afrobeat music. It is an influence. You can hear it in my music, but I wouldn't consider it an Afrobeat artist. So here's a brother who has the government of Nigeria, hunting him down at his small studio because he's telling the people and encouraging them to rebel and to educate and to stand up. And ultimately, that is one of the biggest principles of me as a person, as an artist, as a humanitarian. There's a whole nother, activist side of me, and I want to be able to bridge the worlds. And Fela was one who incorporated many things in his performance, all kind of dancers, and he was one to test the limits. Essentially, not saying I want to be him, but that I want to have that same greatness and that same impact.
Yeah.
Maybe in my lifetime I won't be able to get to do it on the world, maybe so, but at least a community of people, it's important to me.
If they want to check out your music and, whatever you're doing and your happenings, what's the contact info?
I'm on Facebook and Twitter and MySpace, but the best way to at least hear the music, it would be MySpace /Emoni EPK. My name is one word, that's EMONIFELA. Feel free, email me. I'm working on the full length /2-part album. It's been in the making for a minute. It's my baby, but we gonna work it out. In the meantime, I'm always around though. I'm still performing. I'm still doing stuff. So.
Great. So for all the other up and coming artists, the mini Emoni EPK out there, whoever may be watching this, any words of wisdom that you want to impart to them on their journey on being an artist?
Just keep it real. Keep it real to yourself. Go with your gut feeling. I think that's about all. I don't think too much needs to be said. Just listen to yourself.
Yeah.
Listen to yourself. Bottom line.
They wanna get days. You wanna get days. You get it. I wanna. Yeah. Oh. Stereo. Live scenarios. I don't follow them. I just do me, Ahmad. Yeah. And we out on a note. Peace.